How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to yet another review. A little bit of collabness up in this joint. With a little bit of Equilibrium Brewing and The Answer Brewing. It is their Can It Be All So Simple? Equilibrium. Big fan. Been chugging their beers since they opened, which is just about a year now. And, you know, they definitely focus on the hop forward side of things. This is your double IPA you have here. I mean, they would go, 8.2, so it's definitely double IPA. So they focus on that kind of New England hazy, kind of water nerdy kind of any IPA. The Answer, I've had a few of their things from past acquaintances that have gotten me some stuff to some of their kind of fruited, kind of Berliner Weiss Goza type beers, and I dig them. Their IPAs definitely skew kind of old school. Their kind of fruited and tart beers tend to be a bit more fruit than beer, but at the same time they're kind of tasty, so it'll be kind of fun to review it. I had it. Went to release the other day. Actually, today's Thanksgiving, and I went to every Thanksgiving. I typically go to Rushing Duck in Orange County. They weren't open last year, and I was going up there anyway, and ended up having this release, so I stopped by, and it was actually a really good time. It's kind of very old school kind of releases we used to have over here at Susquehanna Brewing when a Gypsy Brewery used to brew there. And a lot of people just hang out, drink some beers, and talk and have fun, and then pick up beer. It's not line waiting, if you will. More open, not like, I know a lot of other people drink online. But let's not get too far off tangent here. Let's review this beer as far as what this is. Like I said, Equilibrium and The Answer. Can it be so simple? Wu-Tang Clan. Mosaic Galaxy Double IPA. Government warning stuff over there. Equilibrium, done and done. So yeah, label it's cool. It's kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style, like font and dealings, but you know, it's a Wu-Tang reference. I mean, who doesn't like that shit? They had Wu-Tang blasting the whole time at the release. You know, the brewers are out there hanging out, drinking beers with everybody. What else you want? So the label's cool. I dig it. I mean, you know, Wu-Tang is kind of like, you kind of name anything after Wu-Tang, it just everybody loves it, so it's kind of like a little bit, I don't want to call it a cheap ploy, but it works, let's put it that way. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? She's infinitely creamy. Take a fucking nap on that motherfucker. Super tight compact bubbles. She's got the super haze, butternut squash soup, kind of stick a spoon in it, stand straight up, kind of New England style IPA. The thing that, you know, Equilibrium does so well. And that's the thing that's curious about this beer, to actually sit and review it, is to see where the influences come. Because, you know, I've had my fair share of Equilibrium stuff, so I feel like I have a good take on what they produce to see what kind of influence The Answer brings to it. So let's get a nose on her. Definitely, I mean, it smells a lot like a lot of older school style Equilibrium beers, and that is a bit more green with a little bit more pininess. And honestly, that is probably a little bit of The Answer coming in there, because they're known, as far as what I've had from them IPA wise, and it's been a while since I've had a couple crowns, but what I've had has usually been kind of like old school, kind of East and West Coast IPAs, not a lot of this new school stuff. Even though they have skewed a bit sweet, you're kind of getting that in there, but you're also getting that rich kind of tropical fruit. You get a little bit of kind of cat pee vibes from it. Tiny bit, and that weediness, a little bit of greeniness, but kind of a tropical fruit leaning, kind of a little bit of citrus. So it's definitely kind of all over the place in a good way. Yeah, big, robust, in your face, not fucking around kind of beer. So yeah, let's just drink it. Cheers. It's pretty much very similar to what the nose gave off. That mouthfeel is bonkers. It's that super fluffy, creamy, water nerd fucking awesomeness that I love so much. But what tends to happen with that kind of water nerdiness, and I've talked about this in the past, is it seems like if you fuck with it too much and you get it to be that super fluffy creaminess, kind of like when you nitro a hop forward beer, you tend to lose a bit of that kind of hop presence. I'm not saying it's the biggest 2x4 of the face of hops in the history of hopdom, but at the same time, there's a big, robust, kind of dirty greeniness to it that is absolutely fucking tasty. Yeah. It just kind of, it stops short of being that kind of uncomfortable, kind of hot burniness you get from like these kind of purposely unfiltered to a fault kind of wannabe New England style IPAs, or even like a kind of mango skinny burn. It just stops short of that, so it gives you that nice, healthy, greeny, kind of weedy, stocky, kind of plant vibe, vegetal greeniness that I love so much. But then you get the kind of melon, mostly melon vibes on this now. I'm getting kind of like your, tropical fruit melon vibes off of it. The really nice mouthfeel. But that greenness does have a little bit of that kind of extra kind of resonance to it that is leaning just a little bit kind of pine sappy. If is that me just wanting it to be there because that's what I've known from the answer, I don't know. But what I am tasting is one of the better representations of the style. Listen, this world is filled with these beers nowadays. I shouldn't say that, actually. Rewind. The world is filled with a lot of people trying to make these beers nowadays. So in a field of a million wannabes, I do feel like Equilibrium does have a kind of, for me, maybe it's just my taste, but does have its own kind of style, and a style that works. And I put them not at the top, but definitely in that kind of, I don't even want to say second tier because it almost comes off as a little bit of kind of pretentious and douchey, but more of, the up-and-comers that are doing that beer and doing it right. So for me, for my taste, my bang for the buck, this is where I like these beers typically to land. And let's just cut to it, because there's not much else to say. Kind of, a bit more kind of little piney, but kind of more green and more tropical fruit in the nose, getting more melon vibes, and that super awesome mouthfeel and that soft kind of, greenness in the mouth. Is this one of the better double IPAs that I've had as of late? Yes. Not the best, but definitely worth the conversation. Value availability, $20 a 4-pack. It's a collab beer between two very popular breweries. It sucks that that's the world we live in, but it's the world we live in, so stop fucking complaining about it and just live in it. You want to change it? Stop lining up for these beers. The prices will go down. I'm not sure what else to say. And leave you with... brewery only. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like New England style IPAs that are turbid, that are big and green and melon / tropical fruity, this is up there, honestly, for me, as one of the better representations of the style. So if you like these kind of beers, then you will like this beer, because it does it and does it right. There you go. I should have popped off I should have like researched a bunch of like Wu-Tang lyrics and just peppered them in and be like, this is shitting on your lawn and all kinds of stuff, but who has that time? So sorry for not pulling the whole Wu-Tang thing out for you. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice double IPA right now. Hope to see you next time. But what?